Hey guys, Ellie here. Today, me and Meg are outside. It's about 8:48 in the morning, and we have a serious problem on our hands. Bubby, just how serious is this problem?
So serious that I've been up since 7. And
Meg,
I don't normally come out here until about, mind you, the animals, they're all still laying down. They're not ready to get up yet. They get up at about 9:30.
so Megan couldn't sleep because she was so worried about this problem. And as y'all know, they always say misery enjoys company. So
I woke
her,
up.
so her not being able to sleep means that I don't get to sleep either.
Misery enjoys company, friends. If you didn't know that, you do now.
No, but the dilemma that we have right now is no laughing matter. Take a look at this footage right here that you're seeing on the screen. This was taken last night at about 2:30 in the morning by one of our cameras.
And then again at like 3 to 4.
So multiple times throughout the night last night. And as plain as day, you see two stray dogs or wild dogs right on our front porch eating our dog or our cat food. And you know, it's kind of sad because they're probably just hungry. They probably came from across the street. Maybe they have an owner that doesn't feed them as much, or maybe they just like to roam and explore. But I don't got to tell you guys how big of a problem it is having wild dogs come right up to your front porch. I mean, look over there. You got a bunch of geese. You got ducks. Oh yeah, there's our ducks right there.
I mean, everybody's here. I've done...
You got turkeys and chickens in the
done
back.
head count.
We have so many animals that could be in danger if we have wild dogs coming around here recurringly. We would never want to wake up one day and find Pablo killed by a dog, Adam or Steve killed by a dog. We wouldn't want to lose our sweet Nate or our sweet cornholio. So the presence of dogs being around our property is a really serious problem. And I know my dad has had predators at Longhorn Lester's before as a problem. I know my dad always says, I've heard this since I was little, that every farm in the entire world has a predator problem. Like maybe some have really good solutions for how to deal with it, but predators is just a universal problem that you have anywhere that you go. So,
oh my gosh.
huh?
I just thought of another idea.
What's that?
Okay. There's a farm. I heard about this. Okay. I have to logically think this out in my head.
Do you want me to give you a second? Or?
No. and I have to say it or I'm going to forget it.
Okay.
Let's say you have a bobcat problem. Okay? Say you have a bobcat problem. In the stores for hunting and such, they have like doe pee.
I don't know what
deer
that is.
pee.
Deer pee.
They have like other animal smells. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah,
so what you do is if you have a bobcat problem, you get the next higher up animal that hunts and is a predator of bobcats, and you go and you sprinkle that extract smell around.
Ah.
Isn't that?
I don't know a whole lot about that.
I
but
don't either.
I do know hunters use, and I know many times that people have used certain scents of urine and whatnot to try to lure stuff in or try to deter things away. So basically, what you're saying is whatever or whatever animal we have, get the pee of its predator, and that'll scare it away. Hopefully, it could. That's a good idea.
I know I totally messed up the timeline of your video right there, but
no, it's okay.
But I would have so forgotten about it.
This entire video is about dog problems and how to solve them and how to keep our animals safe.
Hey.
You know, I don't mean to sound harsh, but we have so many familiar faces that you guys know and love, like Pablo right there. Like he's an amazing duck. He's like a dog himself, not a angry, aggressive dog, but he's like a sweet little lap dog, like little puppy dog that wags his tail when you pet him. We can't be losing Pablo. We can't have his life in danger. And so the point that I was trying to make is that we have so many lovable and familiar faces. This isn't like a typical farm to where you just have chickens that have no name, or where you have a bunch of animals that are meant to maintain your property, but they have no name. Because a lot of people like have animals and they take good care of them, but the animals don't have personalities, and the animals aren't characters like they are in my family's videos. And so it's more than just protecting birds, it's protecting characters, it's protecting familiar faces, if that makes sense. So that's why
Protecting lives.
protecting lives. So that's why, to me, it's of even utmost importance for us to find a solution. But I don't know. I guess this first part of the video, I was hoping that maybe some of you have watched videos on the internet. I know a lot of you watch many farms, not just ours. Y'all watch the Arms Family Homestead, Cog Hill. There's so many farms out there that I'm sure you guys have seen. So if y'all know of any successful solutions that other farms have used to a predator problem, then y'all please let me know in the comment section. You guys always know the right things to say. Anytime that we ask for help or we need guidance for something, there's always so many people giving good and thoughtful advice. And so we need it maybe more than ever right now, because we cannot continue having this. My dad and I were just talking, and a few ideas I think that my dad had was maybe getting a trap and hopefully trapping the animal. But I don't like that idea, because to me, traps are only a temporary solution. Yeah, we may trap the dog that's coming, and we may drive far away and release it, or maybe we'll drive to a shelter and release it. But how long till the next dogs start coming over here?
Well, not even that. You have to think about it. Like, there's multiple options with traps. I mean, if you like, there's driving them far away and dropping them. I mean, that's really not fair to the dog. But it's also not fair to the dog to come in here and get your animals. Taking them to a shelter. A lot of shelters are full right now because people don't spay neuter, and so you just have puppies everywhere. Like, I don't know that you could find a shelter in this area that would be able to take an animal right now because of the dog problem. And then your third option with a trap is, I think it's fairly obvious, and it's the last thing I would want to do. What do you do when you trap an animal that's hurting your livestock? I don't want to say it.
I hate to say it, but the stereotypical thing that you would do when you catch a predator is obviously to put it kindly, put it out of its misery. And so, yeah, that's the last thing that Megan would want to do. That's the last thing that I would want to do too. I would not want to shoot an innocent dog that's probably just looking for food.
And let me preface that doesn't mean I don't care about these animals. If that's what needs to be done,
we don't want to shoot anything. We want
that's
we
what needs to be done.
want the strays to be safe, and we want our animals to be safe too. But sometimes it's hard to, make both of those things intertwine. So the trap idea, I don't like, because to me it's just too temporary. I want something permanent that'll keep the stray dogs away forever, and that'll keep everybody safe for the long haul. And there's one idea that even before me and Meg moved here, I always talked about how if we ever had a predator problem, that's the idea I want to go with. And now that it's actually happening, I feel like the time has come to implement this idea. Do y'all watched my dad, Jamie's, the family's videos for years, and these predator problems, they come in phases. There will be a few months where the dogs are really bad. Then there will be a few months where you don't really have predators. And so in the times that we've had bad predators, we've tried many different things, different ideas, traps, different kinds of fencing, you name it. But we've only had one. We've gotten dogs, like Fiona and Millie, I think, were specifically for keeping predators away. And my dad still has predator problems at Longhorn Lester, so perhaps that hasn't proven to be the most effective. They're still sweet dogs, though. We love them so very much.
Oh, they're sweethearts.
They're sweethearts.
They're sweethearts.
But maybe that's to our detriment if they're sweethearts. Maybe they need to be more.
No, because guardian dogs are not supposed to be socialized. I mean, they're supposed to be friendly, but not like, I'm gonna come in your house and lay on your floor.
Anyways, there's only one thing that we've ever done that's ever worked fully, and even that was an accident. That was not the intention of doing this, was to keep predators away. The one thing that's ever worked with keeping predators away was the presence of an ostrich. when we first got Carl, it's been about 2 years now. I think my dad just wanted a quirky pet, to be honest with you. But he let Carl roam these pastures right here. A lot of people were giving him a hard time saying ostriches are mean. He's going to hurt your goats, hurt your alpacas and whatever. But Carl ended up being so sweet to his friends, such as Sissy, such as Pebbles and Annie, Ernie, and all that. But not only that, Carl took it upon himself to be their guardian. And in my opinion, he was a better guardian than most guardian dogs that are specifically bred for that. Carl would roam these pastures right here. He would always hang out in this area right here with the goats, with the littles, and he would protect them with his life. And he didn't even really have to do that. He didn't have to try that hard protecting them. His presence alone made any dog that walked through this area, any predator, any fox, any coyote, any whatever, he made any predator second guess coming anywhere near this property just because of his presence alone. I mean, think about it. If you're a dog and you see this 8-foot behemoth walking around, I wouldn't come anywhere near him either. And so the ostrich idea poses a few difficulties, as my dad let me know. Of course, if you bring a male, y'all know the males get mean. I don't have to tell you guys how dangerous it is to get attacked by an ostrich. I've had it happen before. My dad's gotten attacked, Jake's gotten attacked, and it could be life-threatening. So I don't have to tell you guys that the danger of getting attacked by an ostrich. Hi, Bubby. She's playing with Sissy. The danger of getting attacked by an ostrich is definitely real. I don't think the females would. The females are really sweet. And so I suggested that my dad just bring 2 females, but he doesn't want to have an uneven distribution, because if he brings 2 females, then all of his males at Longhorn Lester's wouldn't have a female companion, and that wouldn't be fair. So we'd rather bring 1 male and 1 female so they can kind of, you know, stay linked together. As far as feed up and stuff, I know Megan and I just talked about it, and she'd be worried about trying to do the waters over by the barn over there and then having a male come up and kill her from behind. And I need my beautiful fiance around for 80 years with me. So that wouldn't be too great. But I don't think it would come to that, though, because I have a lot of solutions that we could use. First of all, let's just say that the ostriches are hanging out right here. If we got to do water or feed up over there, all we do is just close. Y'all see that green gate right there? We just close the gate to block them off from coming in there. And then when we're done, we open it and we go out. That way we avoid them. We avoid their presence too closely and avoid any sort of possible danger. Look at that right there. I did that yesterday on accident. I was using the bush hog to try to trim the grass with the tractor, but that's a little bit of a, I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of a little bit of a divot. It goes in the ground, and so I accidentally made the blade kind of cut the ground out a little bit, as you can tell. But it was my first time, so I'm still learning. I think I should get a little bit of a pass for that. But yeah, to me, the ostriches can be avoided if we work strategically. And I think a lot of dogs, actually, let me show you guys something cool. A lot of dogs and a lot of, like Poppy, remember Brooke's dog? I made a video a few days ago about the dog that was in here. Thankfully, it was a sweet dog that wouldn't hurt anything, but he got in here somehow, right? I made that video like 2 weeks ago, I think. And those kind of dogs that I've seen, they're always hanging out like right here, like going up and down the driveway. And so if it went onto our front porch, if it came through right here and went up there, then I guarantee you that he probably got there through this path right here up the driveway. So what I could do is, this little green gate right here, I can unlatch it from right here, and then I can close it right there going like this. And so there's a little gap right here, and that means that the ostriches, if we put them in this little pasture, that they could even have access to come through right here and patrol the driveway. And you might be thinking, Ellie, wait, so if they can patrol the driveway, How do you know they wouldn't just run off into the road or anything? Well, if you see down there, there's a gate on the left. I don't know if you can see it very good. There's a gate on the left that we could swing shut. It's right there above my finger. So I would just swing that closed like this right here. And so the ostriches would be able to patrol half of the driveway and the whole Little's pasture. And so to me, I just feel like this is gonna be a really effective idea whenever my dad is able to bring the ostriches over here. I may need to help him if he can't do it himself, or we may need to find a way to help get the ostriches over here if that's what it entails. I can't imagine it'd be super easy transporting them from place to place. But long story short, guys, I really feel that the ostrich strategy is the best solution we got to this predator problem. Obviously a guardian dog, maybe a mastiff, or I don't know all the dog breeds. It's embarrassing how little I know about the different dog breeds and whatnot, but a guardian dog would be good too. We're looking into purchasing one as well to keep our property safe, but we don't really know where to find one, and it takes time. You can't just do all that in a day or two, unfortunately. I mean, you probably can, but we're still figuring it out, and we're still trying to get help in what the right dog is and where to find it and whatnot. Anyways, though, long story short, that is our dilemma right here. It's a serious problem, and we're hoping to find a remedy as soon as possible. But yeah, guys, with that said, I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation. We would appreciate any advice, any insights y'all might have. Y'all let me know in the comments what kind of stuff you guys want to see. Hope you all have a very blessed day. And as I always say, your boy Ellie out.